All right, welcome back to another edition of Dave Learns AI, a Taptico Solutions presentation. I am Dave.
And I am Nick.
And we are going to talk about several things today. Going to give that promise right in the front.
We're going to talk about Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce. We're probably going to talk about geopolitical late issues. What?
I don't know, but I want to talk about Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, we'll talk about Cracker Barrel. We'll talk about football.
But most important, football.
Yeah.
By the time you're seeing this, football will be rolling.
Yeah.
And I cannot wait. And then most importantly, we're going to talk about Microsoft Copilot.
Microsoft Copilot and what it's all about and why you should use it and why you should be excited about using it, especially if you use Microsoft in your organization, which a lot of people do, but a lot of people don't know all of the
bells and whistles.
The bells and whistles. But before we get started, a couple of announcements. The first one, really excited to announce the fact that not only are we on YouTube, we are now available to stream this podcast on Spotify, Apple Podcasts,
Apple Pod,
and several other ones.
Stitcher?
Yeah, I think Stitcher. Deezer.
What about Yarnster?
I don't know Yarnster.
What about Podfriend?
No, probably not.
What about in Pod We Could Trust?
Are these all real?
What about the Podfather Networks?
The Podfather Networks.
Yeah, what about Two Peas in a Pod podcast?
Are you making all these
LLC?
up right now? These are really good.
No.
These are really good.
I'm making them all
wow.
up.
Gosh, you're so creative.
Yeah.
So we do have the opportunity, if you don't want to look at us on YouTube and you just want to listen, and maybe when you're driving in your car, you just want to listen and learn, because that's what we're all about here is teaching. Nick and Tribble both teach me week after week. I am learning some things.
One thing that I learned, I was going over our numbers from our previous podcast.
Yeah.
And the audio versions of us, through the roof.
Yeah?
The video versions of Tribble, through the roof.
Yeah. Well, he's a good-looking one. Speaking of good-looking, you got a new haircut. You look quite dapper.
You noticed?
I did.
Thanks. Yeah, every time I would come here and see myself on camera, I say I look like I play bass for Fish. The band, not like I go to the lake and play a bass.
In hopes that somebody will give you fish.
Or fish jump out of the lake
and
I can eat. What are you doing? Fishing for fish.
What?
I'm bass fishing.
Slapping the bass.
I'm bass fishing. Should have said bass fishing.
That would have been funnier.
Missed opportunity.
Bass fishing. Anyway, your hair looks great.
Thank you.
You
Yours
look great.
does too. You look great.
Thank you. I had a haircut too. You didn't notice it as much because I wasn't growing it out, but for some reason, holding on to my youth like you were. I don't know what was happening with that hair, but
I don't know. You know, why not?
You look mature now, and that's nice.
That's way off.
All right, man. Let's talk. You're
the one. You host. I'm just following your lead, sir.
All right. I'm just worried about this mic being in the right place.
So producer Pete,
yeah,
he's got his own podcast, which you guys should check out. Not the video one, though. And he yelled at Dave because Dave is apparently a mic pusher.
Yeah, apparently I am. We do want to thank Pete and Marnie, who host this lovely facility for us. And
Scutch Media, check them out.
Yep, Scutch Media. They clip it all up for us and post it for us. They're really, really a huge part of this team, and we're really excited to be partners with Scutch Media.
Oh, here she is now.
Who's here?
You mispronounced it. Just
I
kidding,
did?
that was someone else.
Oh. Anyway, all right, we're going to talk Microsoft. So there's been a huge transition in the last 15, 20 years where everything at one point was Microsoft.
It kind of, let's go traditionally, it was IBM, then it was Microsoft.
Yeah.
I think it's still Microsoft. But the enterprise solution, I don't know why everyone loves Microsoft for enterprise, but they do.
Well, I obviously I worked at a large corporation, and we had Microsoft, and it was kind of before all the tools, but you would get the what was the Microsoft program that you would get? Excel and PowerPoint.
Microsoft Office.
Microsoft Office. So that was like the big thing. You had to have all of
right.
that. And even if you would buy a computer for your home use, you're like, I got to download Microsoft Office because that was the only place to have all that. And then Google came along, and they're like, all right, do everything on our platform, and you got Google Sheets, and you got Google.
They kind of knocked off.
They totally knocked it off.
Yeah, but it's more for like the small businesses.
Yeah.
So enterprise level, that was when you were talking earlier in the intro. I was like, I wonder if there's literally like just a solo guy out there, solo girl out there that's like prefers Microsoft.
Yeah.
And all their stuff is in Microsoft Outlook. I'm like, I wonder if that's a thing.
Well, I really loved Outlook like in the beginning days. And I remember transitioning over to Google and Gmail and really not liking it.
It felt cheap to me when
Yeah.
I first left Cox Media and went to my first Gmail, whatever it was. But yeah, I was like, this is kind of like pedestrian.
Yeah. But Microsoft is kind of having a resurgence in a lot of ways because they have a lot of technology that's now available on its platform. I mean, it's all about Clippy's glow up, right? Clippy's
Yeah.
Clippy's,
You guys remember Clippy?
Clippy?
Clippy's a cute little dancing paperclip with the eyebrows like Captain Crunch up here. Like Captain Crunch's eyebrows and Clippy's eyebrows are like not even on their body. They just float above their head.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it's Clippy's glow up.
So tell me a little bit about like the engine behind what's happening, and it's all called what? It's Microsoft. It's OneDrive.
So Microsoft OneDrive is like their Google Drive.
Okay.
So we just transparency. Taptico uses Google. We have an amazing client who uses Microsoft, so they've hired us to go in there and build out their AI infrastructure. Now, here's something that not a lot of people know, that Microsoft Copilot, which is their GPT, it's not an LLM. It's based on an LLM, but it's driven by OpenAI and ChatGPT. So Bill Gates is a backer of OpenAI, the parent companies of ChatGPT, and Microsoft is fully embracing all of the AI capabilities of OpenAI. Did that make sense?
It did make sense.
Yeah.
So that's just one. But I mean, when you're talking about Microsoft and OpenAI and kind of, so I'm thinking about Google because that's what we use. So you go into the Google, and now, I mean, with Gemini and which is their LLM, and then you have AI video production,
VO3, Opal now, all this new stuff coming out.
And I mean, if you are a part of the Google family and you have a business account, you have access to all of this stuff.
Yep.
And you can tie in your LLM to your inbox, to your drive, where it'll actually pull all that information so you can really do everything in one place.
Yeah, those are called connectors.
Okay.
So ChatGPT now has connectors. With GPT-5, you can now connect. You could always connect Microsoft products, but you could not connect Google products. And with GPT-5 enabled on ChatGPT, you can actually tie it to all of your Google stuff for your personal accounts and stuff like that. So that's good. That ties to your Gmail, your calendar, pretty much everything, your G Drive, your Google Drive, all those things.
Why do most people have access to the Microsoft platform but don't use it?
Well, because they work for offices and enterprises and companies that have enterprise level accounts. So, your average account manager goes into work, they read their emails, they know that stuff, they know about how to do calendars, they know about notes probably, but what they don't know is that like on PowerPoint, Copilot, Microsoft's Copilot, also now builds slides in PowerPoint. It helps you in...
So a lot like we've been talking about Gamma.
Right.
Which is just
it's an AI presentation builder, and it's amazing. Gamma.app, I believe.
I love it. I use it all the time. But OpenAI, you can do the same thing now with PowerPoint. So you can kind of take your information, throw it into PowerPoint now and go, hey, go ahead and formulate my slides for me, pick photos, build the outline.
So one thing that I will say, so as we're building out the AI infrastructure for this client that uses Microsoft, I'm going in and like testing everything because I didn't have access to Microsoft products. So I'm going through all the training, which took a few weeks. And now I'm going in and testing it. One thing I will say is currently it's really buggy. There are things that just don't work yet. Even Copilot, you can ask Copilot, hey, what happened here? Oh, we haven't ironed out the kinks yet, or that we're still testing. So that's one thing that I've always not liked about Microsoft is it's just not intuitive. But the good thing with Copilot is Copilot will teach you how to use Copilot.
So I find the same issues actually with Gemini and Google. I keep hearing about all these things that it'll do. It'll connect this, and it's all on your drive. And this, 9 times out of maybe not 9 times, 4 times out of 10, we can't do that yet.
That means 40%.
40% of the time that I'm interacting with Gemini, I find it going, we're not ready for that. We can't do that yet.
Yeah.
Is that the kind of the same that you're seeing on the Microsoft?
Not really. Typically, it says it can do it, but it can't. So it's over promising, under delivering. All of that will get ironed out, in an app, in an update. So I don't, it's one of those things like I'll circle back in a week or two and see if they figured that part out yet.
Well, that's what's interesting about AI as a whole.
Yeah.
We talk about it on a regular, and we are doing it as part of our business and career and our future and all that. There are a lot of people who are coming to the party right now, and the party isn't even on yet.
Right.
It's almost like they're still setting up.
Yeah.
So it's cool because we're kind of a part of the setup, which we always like to be a part of the setup. In regards to like throwing events and stuff, we like to be a part of that.
Yeah.
And then get to sit back.
Pregame.
Yeah.
We're the pre-gamers.
Yeah.
We're tailgating.
Yeah.
The AI tailgaters. Write that down.
Yeah.
New podcast.
AI tailgaters?
Yeah.
We could just change the name to this, AI tailgaters.
We're going to do lowercase t, uppercase AI, lowercase gators.
You better go ahead and trademark that right now.
Tribble. Get it.
He's doing nothing at this moment, so go ahead and
He's
do
probably
that
doing
now.
squats, let's be honest.
So, because I haven't played with it at all, can Copilot actually save me hours? Because that's what I hear.
So, yes, Copilot is it's fantastic. So, I don't know how much you don't know a lot about Microsoft, but anyone that uses Microsoft, by the way, we can come in and teach your company how to use Microsoft and Copilot and how to save your entire company hours. DM us if you need that.
Yeah.
That's what we do. But one thing that Microsoft is doing a phenomenal job of is weaving their Copilot, which is their AI system. It's not just an LLM, but it touches everything within Microsoft, which is phenomenal. And it's a lot of different tools. So like Power BI, automate, all of these different things that are tools for Microsoft users, Copilot can help you with. And I guarantee 9 times out of 10, people don't even know what the icon looks like, but on almost all of your Microsoft tools, that's even email, that's Excel, that's everything. It's PowerPoint. You click on the Copilot and it'll pop up, do you want help with Copilot Assist? And then it'll pop up a little chat pane on the side, have a conversation. How can you help me with this? And it'll tell you. And then if you have an issue, say, hey, help me figure this out. Gemini is Google's version of Copilot, now has Gemini Live. Copilot does not have this yet, but I'm sure it will soon. But Gemini Live, you literally share your screen with Gemini and you can talk to it like it's a expert sitting there saying, hey, I need to change the color of this background on this slide. How do I do it? And it'll say, see that little button on the bottom left or whatever.
But that's only if you're using a program that's already in the
Gemini. Copilot will, if Copilot doesn't already have it, it's going to be there soon.
Yeah.
You guys will start to notice that all these different peripheral tools, right? So these one-offs like Gamma, like Shazam, right? Shazam for music identification. Those are going to get kind of either purchased and lumped in with a greater tech stack from Microsoft or Google or Apple's starting to try to leap ahead, or Meta, Meta's hiring all these people away. But all of these peripheral tools, they're going to go out of business because they're either going to be acquired or they're going to get knocked off, just like Instagram did with Snapchat.
They'll just be copied.
They'll be copied.
So somebody will come up with the next Shazam or whatever, and then Google will go, okay, we're going to put that on our platform as something else, so you have access to that as well. Right. And ultimately, it sounds to me like you'll have a couple of like
first movers.
No, I was thinking more like a workforce that is all tied into one of these systems. Like you're either going to be Google or you're going to be Microsoft. Or, is there a third that kind of...
ChatGPT?
Yeah.
That's more like for the mass market, not work.
But ChatGPT is already now a part of OpenAI. So it's like, okay, and then what feeds Gemini through Google? Is that Claude, Grok?
They built their own.
They built their own.
So yeah, Grok is one. Grok's gonna be more mass market, more entertainment based, I think. Grok Companions, go check it out. It's weird. They have like a little, like a gamer girl and like a fox, but it's weird.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah, it is weird.
It's weird. And then Meta is trying. They're trying their best. Bless their hearts.
First in wins, though. I mean, if Facebook and Meta's coming in kind of
I don't know. MySpace was first in.
Yeah, that's true. Whatever happened to Tom?
He sold off to Fox. Rupert Murdoch bought him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
and then he made a couple $100 million and said, all right, now he's actually doing like a lot of philanthropy.
Really?
So, yeah.
He's taking his donating his money.
He's spreading it around, I think.
So we talked Grok for a moment. I know we're really focusing on Microsoft and the OpenAI, not OpenAI, the Copilot. Grok, I saw recently that Elon has filed a couple of lawsuits against, was it Apple and ChatGPT?
I have not seen this.
Oh yeah, because
Dave teaches Nick AI.
Well, I mean, it's not even really teaching you AI. It's kind of more of the
gossip.
Yeah, the gossip of it. Something to do with like Apple, because Apple is now going to utilize ChatGPT as its intelligence on like the phones on mobile. And what that does for Grok, or what that does for Elon Musk and Elon, or whatever, is however you pronounce it, is it kind of puts him out of the game, in a lot of ways. Because, I mean, Apple is, the number one. Well,
ChatGPT's been on Apple for at least a year. I know ChatGPT was integrated, into, I think it was the most recent iOS. It might have been 2 years ago. It just wasn't there yet. Siri's terrible.
Yeah.
Right? So Apple Intelligence, which they promoted and marketed out the wazoo, is terrible. So all of my stuff is ChatGPT on my phone anyway.
Yeah.
So I think, I don't know why he would sue for that.
I might have the story wrong. I saw something about that, and it felt to me like he was worried about it being, just
monopoly.
Yeah, monopolized by ChatGPT. He's trying to negotiate his way into relevancy on his own LLM and being able to create, the kind of enthusiasm that people have for ChatGPT, but for Grok, and it just doesn't seem like that's quite happened.
No, I think he's ruffled too many feathers to have full buy-in.
Yeah.
It's just the way it goes.
So what do I, as a medium business owner, small business owner, or even large business owner, what do I got to do to maximize the potential of using Microsoft and all these tools? And what is the overall? Do you just say Microsoft and then you use, OneDrive and then you use Copilot and you do all that? Or is it like a one-stop shop and it's all in it?
Well, it depends on the licenses that you have. So let's just assume that as a large, medium business owner, you have all the licenses. Licenses are expensive. They're annual. It's non-transferable a lot of the times, all this stuff. But assuming you have access to everything and all the licenses, the first part is to hire Taptico.
Really.
Could. Honestly. But honestly, it would be buy-in. And the way you get buy-in is you make it approachable and easy to understand. So what I would do if I was in the shoes of probably a COO of a larger company that uses Microsoft is I would make sure that my team knows how to use it. And in order for them to buy into it, show them what it can do, how many hours it can save, how easy it is, and then slowly implement it, right? And if you don't start now, hear this, cut this out. This is going to be a short. Hear this. If you don't start now, you're going to be 10 times more behind in a year than you were if you start right in a year. Because
can you do that again? Say that again.
We're just doing it again. At it. If you don't start right now learning how to use AI and integrate it into your company, in a year, you're going to be 10 times further behind than you would be if you start in a year.
Well, it makes sense. The growth is happening so fast.
Right.
I mean, you're talking 10x in 2 months in regards to just knowledge-based information that's available through AI.
And we are not exaggerating. I love an analogy.
Yeah.
Let's see if I come up with a good one.
Oh, you're good at these.
So it would be like going from learning how to cook scrambled eggs,
Right?
because there's some skill there, to learning how to, or trying to start like by sauteing raw oysters. I don't know what, I should have gone with something else because I don't know enough about cooking.
Wow, I was really blowing you. I was doing a glow up for you and your ability to come up with an analogy, and you failed.
Hold on, let's start again.
Okay.
So it would go from finger painting, right? So right now we're all finger painting with AI.
Okay.
We're all learning it. What colors go well together, how to do it, the best new paints, the paints that don't stain your fingers or washable off the walls, those sorts of things. And a year from now, or 16, 18 months from now, the rest of the world is going to be on like Da Vinci style paints. And then you're going to try to jump in when everyone's Da Vinci.
Wasn't Da Vinci a sculptor?
Leonardo DiCaprio was.
Okay, so
see what I'm saying though?
Yeah, I know.
Like the complexity of what's going to be around in a year plus, even less than a year, it's way more complex than it is right now.
Yeah.
Because right now it's more complex than it was when we started this podcast.
Yeah.
So the longer you wait to start figuring out or identifying a team or a person to kind of be your spearhead within the company to learn how to do it and how to integrate it, the chasm's just going to grow bigger and bigger.
The acknowledgement of the need for the knowledge is really important, because I think I've run into some people who are like, I'm not buying into it. I'm not interested. I want to be traditional in how I think and how I do. And
their tradition is probably websites and social media, which when websites and social media came out, it was papers and coupons.
Yeah, I'm going to stick with
yellow pages.
Yeah. And then ultimately you can't stop the rolling stone from the top of the mountain. You can't stop it. It's going to keep on going. But those who acknowledge it and are ready to make the change are the ones that are going to grow quicker and have more success. And I'm thinking specifically, I was in a shared workspace today, and I started talking to a gentleman. He's like, "Oh, what do you do?" And I told him that we're fractional CMOs, fractional CAIO, and he's like, "I need it so bad." He's like, you are exactly what I need to help my business, because I'm not, number one, a marketing guy. I run a business, and I wear about 9 hats.
Yeah.
And he goes, and I know that I can become more efficient utilizing some of these AI tools, but I have no idea outside of ChatGPT where to even start. It's very small business, probably doesn't have the kind of resources that he would need to bring a team in to show him how to do everything. But he's already thinking like, man, I got to figure out all of this stuff, which is good because we're still kind of on the front side of the wave.
100%.
So if you're just now going, okay, all right, now I'm ready to learn. Or even in a month or two. But if you wait, like you said, 6 months and go, oh, well, this thing is about to pass me by, then, like you said, it's already not too late, because you can always.
It's just going to take long. It's like starting a race 100 yards behind the people you're racing with, honestly, because they're just going to keep running, and then you're always going to be behind them.
And they're running faster than they ever ran.
Because they have better. Yes, because they're already using it.
Yeah.
So you're already getting that lead. But then when the new adaptations or new iterations of these different tools come out, or new tools come out, they already know what that means.
Yeah.
So they don't have the context. So I would just say, and I told my marketing department at my previous job, we need to start learning about AI right now. This was in 2023 when.
Do you think they're learning anything about AI right now?
Absolutely.
They are?
Yeah.
They're in. They haven't called you to ask you to come and show them how to do it yet? Not yet.
No, I don't think so.
Well, his number is 770. No, I'm just kidding.
Just kidding.
So that's pretty much.
That's pretty much it.
Microsoft.
So I would say, like,
in a nutshell.
Yeah, Microsoft in a nutshell. So Copilot is a very, very useful tool built by ChatGPT, OpenAI, integrated with ChatGPT 5. You can use it with Microsoft Office, your Microsoft Outlook, your PowerPoint, OneDrive, Automate, BI, Excel, everything within the Microsoft ecosystem. So I would highly encourage you, if you are a leader in your company, to learn about Microsoft Copilot if your company uses Microsoft.
Well, and like you said, it's really important for a business leader that does have Microsoft to go, okay, how can I give my team, my staff, the tools that they need to be the most successful, especially if you already have the tools in your tool shed. Like, how do I show them how to swing this hammer? And you could do that real easily when it comes to like giving us a call, and us, we can come in and show your team how to utilize these tools. We can set up your systems so that way everybody knows exactly how, and then it just allows you to become more efficient as a company. So
absolutely. And they will save a ton of work. One thing that I'll be interested to see is if this turns into a 3-day work week.
Yeah.
Or as we all know, big corporations, the better you get at something, the more they give you work.
Yeah. The more they expect.
Right. So either going to stick with, working 60-hour weeks, but you can do a lot more, or if they're going to be cool, which they should be, and take back the 40-hour work week to a 30-hour work week or a 20-hour work week.
That would be nice.
Well, you can get 10x done. So.
Yeah, that would be great. All right, before we finish, we did say we were going to talk about football because it is now the start of the football season.
That's right. So NFL kickoff next week.
Well, by the time this airs, let's see, if this airs first of next week, then this week will be our first week of the NFL. And you are a lifelong Atlanta Falcons fan.
Born and raised in Atlanta,
which makes you a Falcons fan. What's your prediction for total wins for the season?
I like this. So today is the 25th of August, 2025. I think they're going to surprise some people. I am unflinchingly optimistic every year.
I know the feeling.
But I think that Michael Penix is going to shock some people. I think he's a stud. And I think that they are going to get 12 wins.
Wow. 12 wins. And you think they'll win the division over the Bucs?
Absolutely.
Wow.
It was down to the wire last year, if you'll remember.
Yeah.
And then Kirk Cousins went on to throw 58 interceptions and 2 touchdowns in a 9-game spread or whatever it was. Yeah. And Penix came in. He lost the last few games, but he looked phenomenal. Yeah. So, yes, I'm going to say 11 wins this season.
So 11-6 for the Atlanta Falcons.
11-6. And David here is a Cleveland Browns fan.
Wah, wah, wah.
Bless his little heart. So what's your first off, who's going to be the starter?
Well, we already know the starters, Joe Flacco.
Who's going to be the starter week 10?
Oh, week 10, Shadur Sanders.
Okay.
Yeah, by week 10.
Not Dylan?
No. I think Flacco, he's 87 years old, so he'll get hurt in the first couple.
He's actually like 12 years younger than Dave.
He'll get hurt in the first couple of games. Dylan Gabriel come in, and then they'll realize he can't see over the offensive line.
Sure.
And they're going to need to bring somebody who's actually going to, be able to
sell some jerseys and put some butts in the seats.
And lead the team. With that being said, we may see all three of those quarterbacks, even a fourth quarterback at some point towards the end of the year with Deshaun Watson rehabbing. But I think our defense is really, really good, and I'm not optimistic typically because I'm a Browns fan. I'm usually pretty pessimistic on it. I would say I think we'll get 7 wins.
7 wins.
So I'll go 7-10. I think we'll shock some people. Everyone thinks we'll be bottom dwellers at like 3 to 4 wins. I think we'll win 7. I think we got a good defense. Defense wins championships.
Yeah, and I do think Shadur will come in, and he's just charismatic. People love him.
Yeah.
And I think the energy is palpable. And I think that he'll come in and do really well for him.
Yeah, and if that coach doesn't make it happen this year, they'll fire him and they'll hire Dion, and he'll be the new head coach of the Cleveland Browns. And
with his son at quarterback?
Yeah, and then his brother at cornerback.
Yeah, Shiloh, man.
So we'll have the Chicago Buffaloes, or the Cleveland Buffaloes, reference to Colorado Buffaloes, because you know what I mean.
Got there.
Anyway, so that's it. Another edition of Dave Learns AI. I learned some stuff today about Microsoft, and if you want to learn more about Microsoft and how your company can utilize it, you can go ahead and Google it, or you could OpenAI it.
Bing it, because you use Microsoft.
Oh, yeah. You could Bing it, or you could just give us a call. Check out our website, taptico.co. Happy to come in and teach your team how to utilize all these tools, set you off in the right direction. It's taptico.co. And thanks for joining us.
And enjoy my new haircut.
It's beautiful.
Bling! How's it going, everybody? How've you been everywhere? How's it going, everybody? Look at Petey, he has no hair. Yeah!